Lucy. Lucy.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, people? Hope you're feeling blessed, feeling amazing. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. So you should be able to see my screen and also hear me at the same time. Welcome, 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 welcome. And I hope you guys are having a blessed morning wherever you're at in the world. It's 6 a.m. here. Wherever you're at, I hope that you are having a blessed day. I hope you are feeling grateful today, ready to attack the day. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about a way that I've been making money online for a few years now. It was a rough start at the beginning. Did a lot of blowing accounts, a lot of things that got scammed in, got my money taken, or just built things that fell apart. It's been a long time coming, but it's all good, right? Because it made me the trader that I am today. A lot more mature, a lot more experienced, a lot more knowledge, and now I'm able to help other people. Okay, and that's what I want to do today. So today we're going to be talking about how to start day trading. All right, I'm going to show you guys a way that I've been making money day trading with Forex, and now I'm starting with futures. So I want to introduce that to you guys as well. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more value. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and follow this page. Share this post, like it, and also comment something good in the comment section. All right, so y'all, let's get started. How to start day trading. Number one, you got to set the intention. You have to set the intention. This is the very first thing that you need to do. What are you trying to do with the money that you make from trading? All right. Ask yourself this, and you want to write the answer down. Write down what you're thinking. What are all the things that you're trying to do, trying to accomplish with day trading, right? What's the end goal? And the reason why you want to start thinking about the end goal is because if you don't set an intention, then you're basically just wandering around. Are you just wandering around, going in circles? And this is one of the things that I messed up when I first started trading. I didn't set the intention. I didn't give myself a goal or a point B, somewhere where I'm trying to go, right? So I just felt myself going in circles, blowing accounts, right? Not really getting anywhere. Just until here recently, right, where I set the intention and made a goal for myself. So this is what you want to do. Write it down. What is your intention? What are you trying to do with the money that you make from trading? All right. And this could take a little while for you to figure out. Some people already know what they want. Some people, you're going to have to sit down, ask yourself, get in a quiet room, talk to God about what really matters to you in life. All right. So after you set the intention, now you need to get the mindset down. Okay. The mindset, this is going to determine your results with trading. Okay. So the first thing that you need to know that my mentor told me that this is going to be 95-5. 95% mindset, 5% of you actually doing the strategy, whatever it is you're trying to do to make money. In this case, we're day trading. So 95% of our results is going to be from the way that we think. What are we thinking about? How do we think about ourselves? What's our perspective on the world, on other people, right? Our lives, the way we feel, the energy around us, the energy of the people that we are surrounded by, right? This is going to make up our results, 95% of it. The other 5% is going to be us actually trading, going through the strategy day to day, right? Making profits. But that's a small percentage. The bigger percentage is going to be what's going on between our ears, right? Our mindset. So what we want to do is put 95% of our focus into the way that we're thinking. So I came up with 10 different little mindset tips or just things that could be like rules or guidelines for you to follow that will help your results be even way better than what mine were. Okay, so number one is you got to make sure your expectations are realistic. If you're only starting with $100, you can't expect that you're going to have $10,000 weeks right off the back. Okay, that's just not realistic. I've seen it happen before, but that's just not realistic. And when you come into the trading game with those unrealistic expectations, you're going to 9 times out of 10 have your expectations shattered, and it's going to really hurt you, right? It's going to make you want to quit. So make sure you come in this game with real expectations. If you're only starting with 100, most likely you're probably only going to make about, if that, right? Just starting off, maybe like $50, $100 a week, right? Starting with $100. Now you start with $1,000, you can expect $100 days, okay? $1,000 weeks. Start with $10,000, same thing, right? But you're not going to. It's just not likely for you to start with a very, very small percentage, like a very small amount, and become a millionaire next week. If it was, then most people that start trading would be rich. But 95, 99% of people that try to trade are not successful. And that's the reason why, is because they come in with unrealistic expectations. They want to become a millionaire in a couple of days. And once you find out that it doesn't work like that, then they quit and go to the next thing to try to get rich quick. That's how it goes, right? So realistically, you're probably going to do 1 to 3% per day, which is still amazing, right? Because The reason why 1 to 3% is amazing is because your bank is only going to give you 1 to 2% annually. All right. So in your savings, when you keep your money in the bank, and honestly, after all the fees, all the all the bank fees and all that stuff, right? The withdrawal fees, you'll probably end up paying the bank more than what they gave you back over the year. Okay. So banks promise to give you about 1 to 2% annually. We're able to do 1 to 3% per day or even more sometimes. Just depends on market conditions. All right. So 1 to 3% is a nice realistic goal for you per day, right? So if you're starting with $50, 1%, okay, or if you're starting with like $100, 1% of that 100 is going to be $1, right? So you can make $1 to $3 per day, which is going to compound eventually once you stay consistent with doing that day after day. Now, sometimes you may have a 10% day, you may have a 50% day. I've seen traders come in and they had 1,000% day, right? But it's just not likely for everybody to experience that. And usually what I notice is after these traders have been trading for about 5 to 10 years to where they start making 1,000% per day. Right. So come in with realistic expectations, right? What I'm saying is that this is just not a get rich quick scheme. All right. Which leads me into number two. It's going to be a process. Trading is a process, right? It's just a process of you becoming a better person, becoming a better trader, right? Getting better with your strategy day by day, getting better mentally, emotionally. It's a process. Okay. And when people come into this and they don't want to go through a process or they don't want to take time to go through the steps to becoming who they want to be, they quit, right? Or they start calling Forex a scam or whatever. And that's the reason why is because they don't want to embrace the process. Okay. Because what trading is going to do, it's going to expose the flaws in your personality. That's what it does. And then you got to make the choice to whether get better at them flaws or not. Okay. And what I mean by like trading, if you're not a patient person, it's going to expose that you're not patient. Or you have a problem with being patient. If you're a greedy person, trading is going to expose that. If you're not disciplined, if you don't follow directions well, right? All these things are exposed becoming a better trader. All right. Number three, it's not personal. Okay. So the market doesn't know you. It doesn't owe you anything. It's not trying to get money back from you or single you out personally. Understand this, right? Because so many times I hear traders say, "Oh, every time I get in for a trade, I feel like it's just taking my money." Like the market knows you personally. Okay, you're not that important. You're not that special. It just the market is going to do what it's always been doing for years and years before you were even born, right? So it's going to keep doing that even when you're gone. So it's nothing personal. It's not out to get you. There's nothing wrong with the market. Most likely there's something wrong with you, right? We're the only changing variable in this equation. The market's been doing what it's been doing for years. The strategies that we learned, they've been working for years and years and years. Okay. And this is what trading gets you to realize. It gets you to realize like there's nothing wrong with the market. There's nothing wrong with the strategies or trading, right? Is the problem is you. You're the common denominator. Right. So that's you just got to understand this, right? It's nothing personal. The market is not out to get you. Number four is you got to acquire the knowledge of the market. The more you learn, the more you earn. Okay. And this is really with anything. If you want to make more money with it, then you got to learn more about it. Once you start learning more about this trading world, you start studying great traders and people that are making multi-million dollars off of trading and have had amazing careers, right? When you start studying these people, you start learning about their strategies and just learning about the history of trading, you'll notice you'll start to make more money. The more you learn, the more you earn. Okay, but you got to take the time to learn first. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Also, you got to understand that repetition is the mother of skill. The more that you do this, the more that you break down your strategy day to day, the more you take wins and losses, and you go through this process, right? The better that you're going to get at it. Doing something over and over and over again. This is going to be no different. All right. I like to compare trading to basketball a lot when I teach. Or I make a lot of sports analogies compared to trading because it really goes hand in hand. Because when I was trying to learn how to like shoot a basketball, a lot of things were repetitive. Okay, you had to keep things structured, right? Keep your elbow in, follow through, flick your wrist, keep your eye on the basket, make sure that your feet are square, make sure you're releasing at the top of your jump shot, right? So the more that you do that, you start to get muscle memory to where it's just second nature, right? But you got to do it over and over again. So I was shooting 500 to 1,000 shots daily. Okay. And the more that you shoot, you'll start to notice the better you get at shooting. Right. And then you get in the game and you're making more shots. You're getting more confidence. Right. So, same way with trading. The more that you do it, the better, the more skillful that you're going to get. All right. So, number 5, it's okay to begin with a small investment. Okay. Something that you can afford to lose. That's what I always tell people when they start trading. Invest money that you can afford to lose, right? If you want to start with $50 and it's not going to hurt you to lose that 50, put that 50 in a live account, start you a $50 demo account, and then practice on that demo until you get your strategy down, right? Which leads me into number 6. Stick to one strategy until you prove yourself that it either doesn't work or it works. All right. Stick to a strategy and be consistent with that. That's the only way to figure out if a strategy really works is for you to be consistent and stick to it. All right. You don't want to jump around using a bunch of different strategies because you're just going to confuse yourself. All right. So don't let people peer pressure you into investing your life savings, right? Just because you want to hurry up and make a lot of money or you want to look like you're making a lot of money, right? Don't let that peer pressure make you lose your life savings, right? And really make you set yourself back just because you were trying to impress people or because you were trying to hurry up and make a lot of money. All right. So it's all right to begin with a small investment. And when you start with that investment, stick to the same strategy. Okay. Number 7, maintain proper risk management. This is how you're going to keep yourself from blowing accounts. Right. At first, when I first started trading, I was blowing account after blowing account. Now I don't blow accounts, right? Because I always use proper risk management. And if that even does happen, I know it's because I wasn't using proper risk management. I was trying to over leverage, right? But rarely does it happen now. As you start to become um, a more skillful trader, right, more experienced, you'll stop trying to get rich quick. You'll stop trying to over leverage and trying to gamble your whole way up to the top. Right? You'll just understand at a certain point that this is going to be a process. It's going to be a compound effect of you doing something consistent daily. Right? Now, am I saying that you can't get rich quick with this? Yeah, you can. Right? Just keep over leveraging. Don't use proper risk management, and try to just gamble your way up there. Right? You could hit. You could not. You got 50-50 chance. All right, but I've just noticed that it's better to maintain proper risk management and grow your account over a period of time. Okay. Some traders, they look at it differently. They're like, no, I'm trying to put my money, a little bit of money here, over leverage and take a big lot size. Hopefully I hit. Okay. And it works for some people. Most people, it doesn't though. Okay. So at first, you just want to maintain proper risk management. If you're starting with $1,000 or less than $1,000, keep your lot size at a 0.01, right? This is the most less least risky lot size that you can use, right? Zero point zero 0.01, trading regular Forex pairs. Okay. Stick to that for a while, build up small wins over a period of time. Once you find yourself being consistent, right, and you're winning at least 6 out of 10 trades, then you can start to move up that lot size, right? You can start to over leverage and forget about proper risk management. But at first, you want to just get this down so that you can build the discipline, you can build the foundation and the right habits that are going to be useful when you do get at a higher level. Okay. Because if you can manage $100, right, you can manage $100 million. And that's really what it's about. Getting the money is no problem, right? Anybody can get rich. What people can't do is stay rich and continue to maintain that and be able to pass it down to generation. That's that's the difference between good and greatness, right? Anybody can be good. Anybody can get money. Anybody can hit on a anything, right? You can hit it big on a bet. You can hit it big on a real estate deal. You can hit it big starting an e-commerce store and it blows up for you overnight. You could make a silly post and it goes viral and you start to get sponsorships overnight. Um, Anything can happen, right? Anybody could get rich. But what it comes down to is when you get rich, can you maintain that level? Can you continue to build on that and continue to make it compound and pass it down when you leave? But that can only be attained with proper risk management. Okay. Number 8, wake up early. This is the common thing that I've seen. All people that are successful, they all wake up early, right? It's 6:19 a.m. right now. And some of you are probably watching this and you're probably like, what in the world? He's up at 6:19 doing a presentation? Like that looks crazy. That sounds crazy. I would never be up at 6:19 a.m., right? That's probably what some of y'all are thinking. But what I've noticed in majority of successful people is they all get up early. This is one common thing that I found out about studying successful people. They all get up early and they start their day and they start to get after it before anybody else does. And ever since I started getting up early, I've noticed I'm winning a little more than I'm losing. I'm starting to feel better than how I used to feel. I'm noticing a change, right? I may not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. And I think this is a part of it, right? When I started waking up early, getting on my girlfriend's nerves for making making sounds in the morning, right? Going to the gym and jumping on here doing presentations early in the morning. Okay, I've noticed a change. So I suggest you, if you're not a morning person, you start to become a morning person. You start to get up earlier than other people and get after it because it will bring a change about you. Will it get you rich quick overnight? Probably not, right? Because it's not happening quick for me. Since I became aware of this, right, and I started to notice other successful people were getting up early, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and I started doing the same thing. It's been about 2 to 3 years now, right? So I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but over years, when you start to build this discipline of waking up early, getting started before others, right, before the sun even gets up, you'll start to notice a change, right? And now I want to speak to y'all about this certain routine that a multimillionaire shared with me, right? That he does and what he does when he wakes up early. And I want to share it with y'all because I feel like when I started to use this routine, everything changed. My thinking, my body, my spirit, um, everything started to shift from where I used to be. Okay. And anybody watching this, you know there's been a change, right? If you're watching me on a daily and you see my posts, you see my results, you definitely know because you probably know what type of time I used to be on. And I'm just not on that no more. I'm not on that, right? I don't want to get into specifics, but those who knew me, you know. Those of you that don't know me and you're watching now, I was not always like this, right? I was not always talking about this stuff. I was not always on a mission to try to be better and help other people become better. I still got a lot to work on with myself, right? I'm still not where I want to be, but I've come a long way from where I used to be. Okay. And ever since I started to use this different routine, I started to notice a change. Okay. And I'm going to share it with you guys because I feel like the routine that you're probably on right now is not the routine that's going to get you to where you're trying to go. Okay. And when I first heard this routine, I was really hard headed. I was like, I wasn't trying to listen to no multimillionaire tell me what to do because I felt like, bro, you're already there. Like it's easy for you to say that stuff and say you're doing it, but I don't have any money. Right. So I'm not really trying to listen to that. Like, what can you tell me that I can make money right now? And he said that it all starts with what you do on a daily basis, the little things, right? So this routine is going to transform you slowly. Okay. The more consistent that you get with this, the more change that you'll start to notice. But I really wasn't trying to hear that when I first heard this, right? But you got to just slow yourself down and ask yourself, is my routine getting me to where I'm trying to go? If it is, cool, keep your routine. If it's not, then you probably want to listen, right? You may want to adopt a different routine. That's just my suggestion. Okay. So this is the multimillionaire routine that was passed down to me, and now I'm passing it down to you. Okay. The first thing that this multimillionaire told me that he does, the very first thing, right, when he opens his eyes, is that he gets into a feeling of gratitude, gratefulness, thankfulness. He says that he sits up, opens his eyes, and he says, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my opportunities that I'm in. Thank you for the money that I'm making that's in my bank account. Thank you for my family, my kids, my wife. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus." The very first thing that this multimillionaire does, right? And that blew my mind. The multimillionaire, he doesn't get up and go to his office or look at his phone, scroll through reels. The very first thing that this multimillionaire told me that he does is get into a feeling of gratitude, a feeling of gratefulness. He said what this does is it shoots your vibration out the roof, right? It raises your frequency to match the frequency that you want to be on, right? Of the life you desire. Okay. So that's what you want to start your day off with is gratefulness. This is really going to raise your frequency, right? It's going to get you into a better mood no matter what's going on, right? There's no way to be depressed and grateful at the same time. It's impossible. All right. You're either going to be grateful or you're going to be not grateful, right? You're going to be complaining about everything. You're going to be wishing and hoping for everything. You're going to be forever in want and lack, right? Coming from that perspective when you're not in a grateful attitude. So gratefulness is going to raise your frequency, right? That's really the key. Then he says he goes into deep breathing, all right? Breathing in and out through his nose and mouth 10 to 20 times. And what I noticed when I first started doing deep breathing is at first you may not be able to do it 20 times, right? Because it brings a high intense sensation over your body. and you start to feel tingly, you start to feel lightheaded, probably around 5 to 10 times, right? So you got to work your way up to 20 deep breaths, and that's in through your nose all the way. Hold it for like 5 to 10 seconds, then out through your mouth. Okay. And the reason why deep breathing is important is because when you when we get to where we're trying to be, right? Whatever life we desire, there's going to be a certain way that we breathe, a certain way that we think, we act, we feel. And breathing deeply is going to relax your body, right? To get it to thinking that you are in that place where you want to be. It's going to calm your body down. It's going to send these wavelengths, right? These signals to your brain that everything is okay. You are in abundance. You are healthy. You are safe when you breathe deeply, right? When you take short breaths, or you sometimes may forget to breathe, it puts you into a flight or fright mode, and what's the word? Tense, right? It makes your body tense and tighten up when you don't breathe correctly, right? So when your body is tense and not at ease, right? It's not at ease. So the opposite of being not at ease is what? Dis-ease, right? Disease. So when your body is contracted like that and it's very tense, that's the signal that you're sending to your brain that you are not at ease, right? So then disease starts to set in, anxiety, depression, all these bad things, right? And that all starts from not breathing correctly. All right. So you see how important this is, just to breathe correctly. So deep breaths, right? It's also going to put you in an alpha state, which is the state that you want to be in, right? I don't have time to get into all the brainwave states, but alpha state is going to be the uh, most impressionable state that you can be in the morning, right? Starting off your day. That's when your subconscious is the most impressionable under alpha state, right? And the only way to get into alpha state is for you to be calm and relaxed. The only way for you to be calm and relaxed is by breathing deeply. All right. So after about 10 to 20 deep breaths, my multimillionaire says that he goes into visualizing and emotionalizing. Visualization and emotionalizing. Okay. And he said, you want to use as many senses as possible. Use as many senses as possible. Visualization and emotionalizing. So what he said he does is he pictures what he wants to happen for his day, for his week, 6 months, a year, 5, 10, 20 years down the road. Visualizes all this, right? And if you're just now getting hip to visualization, you may have to sit there for a while, right? Maybe 30 minutes to an hour, because you've never taken time to visualize what you want your results to look like, right? What you want life to look like 5 years, 10, 20 years down the road. So in order to visualize first, you got to figure out what you want. After you figure out what you want, then you can start to picture it, right? You can look up pictures online. You can print them off, put them on your wall, or put them on your screensaver, whatever, so that you can see what you're trying to see right before you become it. That's the only way that we're going to manifest, is we're going to see it first. We're going to see it and feel it, and then it will happen. Okay, so after visualizing what you want, then you have to emotionalize it. You got to feel the feelings that you would have if it was actually happening to you right now. I know that sounds crazy, right? That sounded so crazy to me when I first heard it. How can I see and feel something that I've never experienced? That sounded nuts to me. But as my spirit started to become more aware, started to understand that this is the way it works. Nothing will happen unless you first visualize it in your mind first. Anything that we see right now was first visualized in the mind first before it became into reality. everything. Okay. So this is the process of starting that manifestation, right? Seeing it first, feeling it. And if you're wondering what it would feel like, the best way for me to explain this is if you've ever had anything good happen for you, right? If you've ever had a win, a small win, whatever, that feeling of you winning, right, gave you the exact same feeling that you're going to have if everything was to happen for you, if your desires were to happen right now, right? That euphoria of just winning, feeling like you're on top of the world, feeling confident about yourself, happy, joyful, you feel abundant, right? You feel love, peace, all those good feelings from winning that one time, right? That is the feeling that we have to tap into and maintain, right? Try to stay on that frequency. This visualizing and emotionalizing is going to send a signal out into the universe, right? It's like we're like a radio station. We're sending frequency waves out. That's the way that we send out the signal out to the universe, right? To God, to whatever it is you believe in. This visualization and emotionalizing. If we can see it and feel it right now, right? As if it is right now, so shall it be. It will come to pass, good or bad, right? If you are visualizing and emotionalizing something intense enough, it will manifest. Okay. So my multimillionaire then says he goes into mirror work. Okay. Mirror work is affirmations, positive affirmations about yourself, about your future. This is very key because there are power, there's power in our words. There's the power of life and death in our tongue. You can speak life over yourself in life and you will continue to grow and continue to prosper. Or you can speak death over yourself and you continue to deal with problems and feel like nothing ever goes right. Continue to deal with death and disease and destruction and violence and illness and sickness, right? All these things just from speaking it over your life. That's how powerful we are as human beings. We have the power to speak things and they become reality. That's powerful, right? That's some magical type stuff that we can really use our mind to visualize something and create it into reality. That's powerful, right? So you got to understand this power. You got to understand who you are and where you come from. This is the same God-like power, right? When God first saw that there was a void on earth, he saw that it was dark and he spoke out into the universe and said, "Let there be light." He put that signal, right? That frequency out into the earth. And then it was so came true. Then there was light. Okay, so we have this same God-like power. So mirror work, it's about speaking over your life, right, with conviction of what you want to happen. If you want to be healthy, you say, "I am health." If you want to be wealthy, you say, "I am wealth." You want to be success, "I am success." You want to be stronger, faster, a multi-billionaire, and you say, "I am a multi-billionaire. I'm getting stronger and faster every day." You want a beautiful family? And you say, "I thank you, God, for my beautiful family that I have, my beautiful wife or husband, whatever it is," right? You say that right now. You speak that over your life. Because I can tell you this, if you don't speak it over yourself, somebody else is going to speak over your life. You don't think you have enemies right now? You don't think you have adversary? You don't think you have people that don't want to see you win right now? People that are speaking bad on your name right now, plotting on you? Yeah, you be naive not to think that other people, you think everybody's just talking good about you. You think every person just has the greatest things to say about you and to think about you. No, you don't even have the greatest things to say and think about yourself. So why would anybody else? So you got to be the one to speak over your life. People say that that you're not going to be successful, then you combat that with I am success. I am prosperous. People call you broke. They say you'll never amount to anything. You say I am a multimillionaire. I'm running a Fortune $500 company. I am the number one in whatever industry that I get involved in. Right. So you got to speak that thing over your life and stop speaking death over yourself. Stop saying you're ugly. Stop saying that you're not smart. Stop saying that you're broke or that you could never afford something or that you wish that you had something. When you can speak it over your life and have whatever you want. All right, so mirror work. Next thing that my multimillionaire says that he goes into doing is hydrating. Okay, and hydrating with alkaline water. Okay, alkaline water. All right, my fault, y'all. I wanted to make sure that I was still live and that you guys could still hear me. Okay, alkaline water, right? High pH water, or fruit, right? You can also hydrate with fruit like melons and berries, all kind of different fruits, right? That will give you hydration. I believe they're called H23 fruits. I believe that's what it's called. But yeah, either way that you want to do, right? Drinking water, high pH. And if you don't know what I mean by high pH, then just look it up, right? There's different pH levels of different waters. So yeah, just make sure you do what you got to do to be drinking good water. If you got to buy a filter, then buy a filter. If you got to get a hydration system, like a Cajun, right? I know those are like $2,000, $3,000, but it's worth it. Okay. Eventually, I'm gonna get one of those too, right? Where I just hook it up to my faucet and just puts out high pH water or even acidic water, right? What you want to wash your vegetables and fruits with is acidic water to wash that stuff off, right? So high alkaline water, fruits, vegetables, vitamins, all that good stuff. Make sure that you're hydrating your body. Then my multi-millionaire mentor says he goes into working out 1 to 2 hours per day, making sure that he's sweating out those toxins and raising his heart rate, right? That's the two things that you want to do every single day. Move your body, right? Put that resistance on your muscles, sweat out them toxins, speed up that heart rate. Okay. So if you got to do a little cardio like walking, fast walking, jogging, whatever you want to do, jump rope, um, you can lift weights, right? And you don't have to do weights. You can do body weight. Just doing push-ups, um, pull-ups, dips, things like that, right? Core workouts. It doesn't have to be anything intense. You're just trying to really open up your pores so you can sweat out those toxins for the day. You're trying to speed up your heart rate for cardio health and put resistance on your muscles. Because if you don't put resistance on your muscles, you'll start to deteriorate, right? So if you're noticing that your arms are getting smaller or your legs are getting smaller, it's you're not sick, right? It's because you're not putting resistance on your muscles. You're not putting enough resistance on them for them to keep contracting and growing, right? So what happens is you put resistance on your muscles, they tear, they break down, and eventually they build back bigger, right? This is the process of growing. But that process can't happen if you're not putting no resistance on your muscles. So you'll start to lose muscle definition. Okay. And nobody wants that. All right. So work out 1 to 2 hours. And then my multimillionaire says he goes into doing what he loves to do. All right. So that's the multimillionaire routine. Once I started doing that and being consistent with that, I'm starting to notice a change. Okay, so number 9 is trust your analysis. I'm gonna show you guys how I draw up my own analysis here in a minute. Okay, and you just want to trust that analysis. That's going to be your first confirmation, is your own analysis. Okay, number 10 is do not get greedy. This is the spirit that you want to stay away from, especially in trading, right? Really anything in general, but trading especially, because you're going to notice you're making a lot of money really quick, and it's going to be easy for you to get into that spirit that you just want more and more and more. And that's really the spirit that blows the most accounts, is because you're just never satisfied. Okay, so stay away from that greedy feeling. All right, so now that we got that mindset out the way, now we can go into step number 2. Okay, number 1 was set the intention, get your mindset down. Step number 2 is we need to create a demo or live account or get a funded account. All right, so a good prop firm that I'm using, right, for futures is Fast Track Trading. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, if you want to get this link, go ahead and join our group. All right, so you want to join the mob, click that tradewithnoah.com so you can join the mob. It's going to be $200 to join our group, and this is going to come with indicators, tools, right, that you can use to give you an edge in the market. Also come with live trading sessions that you can jump on to grow your account with us. Also training sessions, fix it sessions where we jump on with you to fix your account or help you set up or whatever problems that you are dealing with. We also have team support. Okay, 24/7 team support. Also, you're going to get access to other revenues of income stream too, right? That I don't have time to talk about right now. But once you get in, you'll get the details to our other income streams as well that you can set up for yourself. But yeah, just a great group, right? Great family group where you can join something and feel a part of something, right? Bigger than yourself. So shout out to the mob. Everybody that's watching and that's from the mob, please share this video. Leave me some good energy below. All right. Turn your boy up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Okay. So yeah, join the mob, get down with the mob, and you can jump in on trading sessions. All right. So if you want the fast track trading link, it should be in YouTube as well in the description. All right. So just click that link. It'll bring you here. So yeah, I want to explain this to you guys. Right. So this is a futures prop firm account where you start off instantly funded. Right. You don't have to go through any evaluations. You're going to start off with a funded account right off the bat. All right. So some principles and difference makers, right? Differentiators. Fast track trading operates on principles of immediacy, transparency, and support. Unlike other funding firms, we instantly funding without evaluations or monthly fees. This eliminates monthly fees, making it cost effective for traders, resources, and support to maximize traders' success. So what you want to do is scroll down and then choose the account plan size that fits with your strategy. I'm starting with this 25K account. Okay, it was 179, just to test it out and get my first payment, and then I will move up. Right. So, but if you want to start off with a bigger account so that you can make more money, go ahead. One of the most popular ones is this $600, $150 account. All right. So the expectation on these accounts, like I said, probably like 1 to 3% weekly. That's what you probably should expect. But that's still a lot, right? Even on a 25K account. Okay, so what is that? 1% of 25K times 1%. 250, right? 250 a week times 4. Okay, so about $1,000 in profit monthly on the 25K account is what you're seeing from only making 1% per week, right? And you could do more than that. That's just on the low end, right? but I'm not trying to give you guys false expectations. So that's what I would say you could expect from a 25K account, making about 1 to 1,500, right? 1,000 to 1,500 per month on the 25K account. Now, it could be more, right? If you have some great trading days that you put together, it could be more, right? And I'm gonna show you guys in my back office my process so far. Okay, so I have net profit of $750, right? And I've only been trading for 4 days. Okay, I'm already at 750 in profit. So my payout day will be in 10 days, right? So they pay out every 5 days or 10 days, depending on your trading results, right? So I want to show you guys about the payout and explain that to you guys here in a minute too. But they have a 5-day payout plan and then a 10-day payout plan. I'm going to be on the 10-day. So after 10 days, I'll be able to withdraw. And the withdrawal on the 25K account, the minimum withdrawal is $1,000. So that'll be the minimum that I'll be able to withdraw. But right now I'm at $750, right? So it's going good. Going good so far. So 10 days would be, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on the 28th, I'll be seeing my first payout. All right. But yeah, going pretty good right now. All right. So I want to explain to you guys about the payout and how these things work. Okay. Frequently asked questions, payouts. All right. So how long do withdrawals take? Fast track trading process withdrawals within 48 hours from when they are requested, but method of processing will dictate how fast funds reach your account. ACH is going to take 5 to 7 business days. A wire transfer is going to be 2 to 3 business days. And crypto is going to be 1 to 2 business days. So crypto is going to be the fastest way for you to withdraw. So if you don't have a crypto wallet, you can use one like Trust Wallet or Crypto.com, or even Cash App has Bitcoin wallet, right? So many different ways for you to get that crypto. Or if you just want to go straight deposit, it's going to be about a week, right, for you to get your funds. KYC, right? So you got to turn in KYC documents to make sure, just to be official, right? They want to make sure they're doing things official and being legit. So you got to turn in KYC documents. This is just proving exactly who you are and where you live. All right. So for tax purposes. So the payout policy, right? That's what I want to explain to you guys. It's where it gets a little confusing. All right. But I'm gonna try to break it down. So with fast track trading, payouts are most important part of trading as it rewards us for our efforts and allows us to sustain our lifestyle. To this end, fast track trading strives to deliver the most attractive and flexible payout term in the industry. Payouts are both tiered and structured and have 2 phases. This is what I was talking to you guys about. They have a 5-day period and then a 10-day period, right? Which is a bi-weekly payout. Phase 1, right? To qualify for a 5-day payout, okay? After 5 days, to be able to get paid out after 5 days, you have to, upon purchasing new accounts, traders can receive a payout in as little as 5 days by achieving a daily profit of 20% of their profit buffer. Okay. So, like, let's say your profit buffer was $500. Okay. You have a $500 debt times 20% equals $100. All right. So, let's say you have a profit buffer of $500. 20% of that would be 100. So you need to make at least $100 per day over that, right, to get a payout in 5 days. So for example, if a trader has opted for a rally account is a 25K account, their buffer zone is 5% or 1250. To qualify for a 5-day payment, they need to earn at least 250 per day. Okay. So if you got into a buffer zone of $1,250, right? Let's say you had $1,250 debt when you first started. 5% of that 1,250 is 250, right? So you need to make at least 250 per day. After these 5 days of consecutively profitable trades, traders will be allowed to withdraw up to $2,000 per account. Okay. The account max withdrawals for 5-day payout on a 25K account is $1,000. So the most you can withdraw on a 25K account after 5 days will be $1,000, which is still cool. Okay. Because then you can get paid out every 5 days, $1,000. So it's 20 days in a trading month. 5 days you can withdraw $1,000. So 4 different times you can withdraw $1,000. So that'd be $4,000 that you could potentially withdraw from that 25K account. And then so on and so on. Okay. 5-day payouts are available to traders on their first account purchases only. All right. So you can only get 5-day payouts on your first account purchase. All right. Further purchases will be subject to the 10-day payout schedule, which is still cool, right? Getting paid every 10 days will be 2 times per month. Okay. Like I said, there's 20 days in a trading month. So every 10 days you could withdraw $1,000, which is still $2,000 on the 25K account. All right. Phase 2 is the standard bi-weekly, which is a 10-day payout. Subsequently, if a trader takes a payout after 5 days, they will be eligible for payouts every 10 trading days. After that, a trading day can be defined as completing at least one trade in 24 hours. Okay. There's no minimum daily profit. So on a 10-day payout, you don't have to make a minimum daily profit. The 20% consistency rule does apply. Account max withdrawals for 10-day payout will be $1,500. Okay, so if you do opt for the 10-day payout, you can withdraw a little bit more. So you can withdraw $1,500 2 times, right? So that's $3,000 that you could potentially make off a 25K account. All right. What if a trader doesn't opt for a payout in 5 days? If a trader wishes to keep profits in their account to further accrue their balance and forfeit the 5-day payout option, they would roll into the 10-day payout cycle. Said differently, if a trader decides to forego or is ineligible for a 5-day payout, they would only need five more trading days for a total of 10 to qualify for a payout within the 10-day payout time frame. Okay. So if you don't request a payout in 5 days, or if you're not eligible, right? If you don't meet the requirements for a 5-day payout, then you're automatically put into the 10-day period. Okay, so keep that in mind. The minimum withdrawal amount is going to be $250, right? So $250 is the minimum that you can withdraw for that as account. What withdrawal methods are allowed? Withdrawals are processed through our payment partner Rise and can be via ACH, wire, or crypto. Additional methods are being considered and will be added as demand for them increases. All right, so that's just to understand about the payouts, right? Because I know those are the main questions that people have. When can you get paid, right? So yeah, once you join our team, and then you get your funded account, like I said, we have those fix-it sessions where we're going to help you then get everything set up, right? And it'll look like this here. Once you get connected, once you log in, you get your account, it's going to look like this here. All right. So now we want to get into making our own analysis, right? Making our own analysis. 1 second. Okay, so we've created our demo or live or funded account. Step 3 is you want to join the mob. So you're going to go to tradewithnoah.com, and that link should be in the description. If it's not, then you can just DM me. Join the mob. Once you get in, then you can jump on our live trading sessions. Also get access to the other tools. Okay, so one of the tools that we use is this here. called the SBA. Okay. This is a very, very special tool that's going to give you just a major edge in the market. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because when I first came in the game, right, the trading game, I had to figure all this out on my own. I had to figure out when is the best time to get in a trade. I had to figure out how to correctly set a stop loss. What would be a good take profit, 2 and 3, when to get in or out of a trade, right? I had to figure all that stuff out on my own. But now with this software, right, with this tool, it's going to tell you exactly when to do all that. It's even going to draw up your analysis for you, right? So what you're seeing here is the star bar arrow indicator, right? That's what SBA stands for. Star. Okay, I'm gonna get star. See this yellow star? Bar. Okay, it's going to represent like your support zone, and then the arrow, which is going to indicate that there's momentum going in that direction. Star bar arrow. When you see the star bar arrow, that's when it's going to set the buy entry. It's going to let you know when to get in. It's going to set your stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3 that you can choose which one, right? So usually take profit 1 has about a 90 to 95% chance of always hitting take profit 1. Take profit 2 is usually about 60 to 70. Take profit 3 is usually about 50 to 60% chance. Most likely it always hits take profit 1 though. Okay, so when you see this star bar arrow form, then I'll let you know, all right, you should be looking to get in for a trade. Set your stop loss, set whatever take profit that you want to take, and let it ride. Okay. This is the cheat code, especially for traders that are starting. This is like you're just starting your trading journey today. You're coming into the game with the cheat code. All right. This is a major Forex hack. For this to be able to draw up your supply zone, your demand zone, right? Your support and resistance zones. It draws up um, the momentum arrow, letting you know which way momentum's going or headed, right? This is just letting you know everything that you need to know in seconds. Okay. You can go from different time frames. If you like to hold trades longer, you can go up higher time frames, make a decision on those time frames, right? Or you can look up here in the top right corner, and it's going to tell you right off the bat. Our minute time frame is in a green momentum, right? Which is bullish momentum. It means it's going up. For 5 minutes, same thing. 15, it's green all the way across the board, right? So we are in a bullish market right now for gold. It's bullish on all time frames, right? So if you were in buys during this week or towards the end of the week, you really ate, right? If you got in buys on Friday, you really got a bag, all right? Hopefully you held it. So there's also a bag going down too, right? If you caught the sell, which I caught this sell coming down, I didn't catch the buys going out because I don't really like to trade on Fridays. But yeah, a lot of people made a real big bag who got in for buys on Friday. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is a cheat code, right? So this is one of the tools that you get access to when you join the mob. Also, we have other tools as well. We'll be coming out with the futures bot that we'll be releasing. Also, futures indicator as well that you'll be able to put onto your chart. All right. So yeah, drawing up our own analysis. So I'm gonna take you guys through the process that I do, drawing up my own analysis. This is going to be our first confirmation. All right. So first thing I do is I head over to forexfactory.com. Okay. And I check out the news for the day. And this is going to let us know major news events. If you want to know the details about these news events, you come over here to detail folder, click on this, let you know the details, the history. Um, it breaks it down into 3 different categories: yellow folders, orange, and red folders. right? So anytime that you see an orange or red folder, that just lets you know there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market for that pair. Okay. So you just want to keep that in mind. So the next red folder that we have next week is going to be on Tuesday at 9:25 a.m. So just want to brace yourself. Okay. If you're trading GBP, all GBP pairs will be moving very volatile, right? And volatile just means that it's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of spikes in the market. All right. Which is a chance to make a lot of money, also a chance to lose a lot of money too. So you just want to be careful if you're in the market on Tuesday morning, 9:25 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then you just always want to check this before you trade for the day, right? So just to give yourself a heads up of what's going to be happening in the market. Right. So you see here Wednesday, we have the Canadian news dropping at 9:45. Okay. Wednesday, 10:30 a.m., 4:30 p.m. Thursday, 3:15 a.m. We got Euro news, and that's going to last until pretty much all morning, right? Till about 10 a.m. So Thursday next week is going to be a very, very volatile weekday for the Thursday. Also Friday, Canadian news, red folder news dropping at 8:30 a.m. Okay, so pretty active week towards the middle of the week. Okay. And that's usually what you'll notice, right? You'll notice that the most movement that you're going to see during the week is going to be like Wednesdays, Thursdays. Okay, Wednesdays and Thursdays are going to be your best trading days. All right, that's when the market's moving the most and the most money's flowing around. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You always want to come here to Forex Factory and just check to see what's going on for the day before you get in. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to head over to tradingview.com. And this is a platform that we use just to draw up our own analysis. If you want to use a different platform, you can. But this is just the one that I use. Okay, so let me get rid of these lines. Go to 2001. All right, so we want to come over here to TradingView. First thing that we want to do is back out to at least the daily time frame. 4 hour or daily. We'll go to 4 hour. All right, but you just want to back out enough so that you can see what's the general direction of the market, right? And the only way that you can see that is by backing out to a higher time frame. All right. So I'm trading gold. That's usually what I trade, or that's really the only pair that I really trade. I may get into some BTC as well, but that's really only on the weekends. But majority, I just trade gold, right? So if you want to go to the gold pair, go to search symbol, type in XAUUSD, and go to this first one or whatever one you want to choose. And this chart will pop up. All right. So first thing that you want to ask yourself when you're looking at the chart is what's the direction of the market, right? What's the trend of the market? So you come over here, grab your trend line tool. All right, this is the trend line tool. Click that. And you're just going to draw a line from the bottom point to the next bottom point. Okay, so what I mean by that is that's a bottom point there. Next bottom point will be there. And so on and so on. All right. So about like that. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you do need to make sure that it's at least bouncing off your trend line at least 2 to 3 times, right, for it to be an official trend. So a quick way to find the trend is to ask yourself, is price starting in the bottom left or the top left? If it's starting in the bottom left, that's going to be an uptrend. Starting in the top left, it's going to be a downtrend. So we see here, price is starting in the bottom left, working its way to the top right. This is an uptrend. Okay, starting at the bottom of our trend line, going up to a certain point, coming, bouncing off our trend line, went up a certain point, coming, retesting our trend. And now we are at an all-time high again, right, for gold. And remember, this is on the 4-hour time frame. Okay. So we are in an uptrend on the 4-hour time frame. Like I said, if you join our group, this is your cheat code, right? So before, that's the way I had to figure it out, right? This is the old school way of figuring out the trend of the market. The new school way is you just hook up your SBA, look up here in the top right corner, go to the 4-hour time frame. It's a green box. That means it's in a bullish trend. Okay. But before, I didn't have this tool, right? So I had to figure it out the old school way. And I still suggest that you draw up the old school way, because this is just the way of learning the skill. But like I said, when you join our group, you'll have the new school way, which is just the cheat code real quick. You just look up here in top right, and it's going to tell you the trend of each time frame. Okay. But yeah, this is how you figure out the trend of the market. Okay. So now that you have the trend figured out, the next thing that we want to identify is what zone we are in, what zone we're in. And the way that I figure out my zones is I identify major reversal points. Okay. Major reversal points. All right. And what I mean by major reversal points, I'm going to show you guys. Let me grab my brush tool. And it's going to be anything that looks like a major reverse, right? Where it comes up to a certain point and turns around. So this would be a major reversal point there. Major reversal point there. Right? Okay, and you don't have to identify all of them. It just needs to be a couple. All right. Okay, so you see these major reversal points, okay, where these blue circles are. Now, we don't have any for our top, right, which would be our resistance, because we are at an all-time high. So this is the highest that it's ever been in history. Okay. The highest gold price has ever been in history. So we don't have really a resistance to go off of, or any past resistance points for this territory right now. So all we really have is support, right, which would be our most recent resistance line, which was here. Okay, you see here we had a major reversal points around this area, a lot of resistance. Make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Oops. I keep doing it. Okay. So we had a lot of resistance around this area, that area. So this is the area of resistance, right, that we just broke through. So this is now our support. Okay, so I'm going to draw a rectangle so you guys can see this. Okay, so price just broke through our previous high. It's something like around there. And this has now become our support. Right? This was our area of resistance. But since it broke through, now this becomes our area of support, right? And we don't have an area of resistance to go off of because we have no past all-time high, right? We're at the all-time high that it's ever been. But yeah, this will be now our area of support. Okay. And if it breaks that, okay. So, for example, we were just inside this zone here, right? And this was our support. And this was our resistance, right? This top line was our resistance. So let me change this real quick so I don't confuse you guys. All right. So this was the zones that we were in previously, right? You see here, price was bouncing off our resistance, coming back to our support, bouncing off our resistance, coming back to our support, bouncing off our resistance, tried to retest, came back to our resistance. Now it broke our resistance. So now that's why this will now become our support. Okay. All right. And we don't have a resistance to go off of because, as you can see, this is the highest that it's ever been in history. Okay, so most likely what it'll do when it's done going up to a certain point, it will come back down, retest the support, and wherever it comes back down from, that will now be our area of resistance. Okay, so for example, if it was to stop right here, right, this area here, this would now become our next area of resistance. Okay, so if it was to stop here and turn around and come back to our support, right, then this would now be our area of resistance. This would be our support, and this would be the zone that we would be in. Okay. So you see the way I figure that out, right? You see, you following? The way you figure out what zone you're in, you have to identify first the major reversal points. Once you have the major reversal points identified, now you have your areas of resistance and support. That is the zone that you are in. So, like, let's just say, for instance, this is the area of resistance that stopped for gold. It would come back, retrace back to the support eventually. Okay. And it might go up a little bit higher, right? Next week, it may raise a little bit higher before it turns around. So even if it happens somewhere up here, right? Like, let's say it just kept going a little bit higher before it turned around, like around this area, right? And then eventually it will go up to a certain point, retest the support, and maybe continue, or it could come all the way back down to our trend line. Okay, which is what it will eventually do. But right now we are in a bullish momentum, right? In a bullish trend right now until it decides that it wants to retrace. And it always retraces, right? Like you can see, it always retraces. Came up to this certain point. This was an all-time high. Came back to the support. Same thing right here. Okay. Same thing happened right here. Broke the resistance, came up to an all-time high, and retraced, right? Tried to retrace back to support. Broke all the way through the resistance. This became the new support. Went to an all-time high, came back to the support, right? So it always retraces, okay? It's always going to retrace. Another example. Okay. Copy that, paste. All right. Another example right here. It's a little bit small. All right. So came up, made an all-time high, went up to the resistance, came back to the support. Came up to the resistance, all-time high, came back to the support. All right. Bounced off the support, came up to the resistance, created another all-time high, retraced almost about halfway, right down to the trend line. Went up to the resistance again, came back down, retraced. Went up to resistance again, okay, created all-time high. So now that it broke this resistance, now this is a support, right? This became a support level. So it broke that, came up to resistance level, came back to the support. And then it just bounced in between here, broke the resistance level. Now this becomes a support. Went up to all-time high, came back to retest the support, right? So every time it breaks through, it's always going to come back to support, right? So just like right here, broke through. Whenever it stops, that'll be the new level of resistance, and it'll come back down to the support. All right. So once you figure this out, just figuring out these basics, right? Figuring out the trend line, figuring out your major reversal points, right? Identifying your support and resistance levels. When you're able to identify these things, now you can head over to the SBA and get even more confirmation, right? So when you know that you're at a level of support or a level of resistance, you can come over here, see, all right, do I see the star, bar, and arrow at my level of support resistance? If I do, then cool. This is going to be a nice setup trade. It's going to give you the buy entry. It's going to give you the take profit 1, 2, and 3. And you just got to copy paste. All right. So, yeah, I think this was the trade here. Okay, let me make sure. All right. So this right here, right? So if you're making your own analysis, you had this support line set up. When it was coming down to your support, you would have got a signal that is going to get in for buys, right? We're at our support area. You should be looking for buys coming off the support. All right. You would have got this signal here. Boom, star bar arrow. All right. Oh, wait, that's not that. It's right here. All right. You would have got this star bar arrow, and you could have got in for that buy, wrote it all the way up, right? Gave you your buy entry, stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3. And it would have matched up perfectly with your analysis. All right. So now we're at an all-time high. I'll be looking for the star bar arrow coming back down. Once it gets to our resistance, you can catch some sales. It may happen next week, could be the week after that. But yeah, eventually it's going to come back to our support, right? To retest the support. But we'll get the signal, right? We'll get the signal up here. We see we already got the star. A bar will form, and we'll get an arrow. coming down, right? And you can catch the sales coming back down to the support, which will be this area here, 2673 area, 2673, 26. 2673. Right? So pull back about around this area here. Okay. $673. All right. So when we get that star bar arrow for the down, we know it's going to come back at least to our support 2673 area. So that will be the next setup that I'll be looking for. Right. Once this bullish run slows down, I'll be looking for it to bounce off the resistance and come back to retest the support. Once it comes back, retest the support, then I'll be looking for buys. All right. But yeah, this is a simple analysis, right? And remember, this is on the 4-hour time frame. So these will be trades that you hold for a longer period of time. If you want to start scalping, right, just get in the market, get out, then you just go down the time frame, right? From the 4-hour, you'll go to the hour, to the 15, to the 5, to the 1 minute if you want to scalp. But you're going to basically do the same thing that I just shown you guys, right? Same process on every time frame. And this is just the basics, okay? This isn't even using all the tools that we can use, like the Fibonacci, different indicators that are on here, right? This is very, very basic. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Anybody that's anybody, right? If you have a 5th grader level education, you can do this, right? So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much the process. All right. And again, we're going to be doing that process live. So make sure that you join the mob. You join our live trading session is going to be Monday through Saturday. You'll get the specific schedule once you get inside. Yeah. And I'm going to be here to help you as well. I'll be giving you guys free value just like this. You'll always be able to reach out to me. If you're somebody that's watching, you're very serious about day trading, you want to get into this and add this income stream to your portfolio, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help you, right? This is what I do full time. This is how I make my money. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to serve. Yeah, I just speak and decree blessings, prosperity, peace, abundance, joy, sound mind. Okay. Anybody that's feeling sick or under the weather, or you're just feeling depression or anxiety, I pray that God just touches your situation, allows you to see the daylight at the end of the tunnel and get through whatever storm that you're going through right now. Yeah, thank you for everybody that's watched, anybody that's supported me up to this point. I really appreciate you. I'm very grateful. Thank you for my mentors, anybody that's helped me get to this point. Yeah, I'm just very grateful for everything I have. My girlfriend, our dogs, our home, her family, my family. I'm just very, very grateful. All right, y'all. So with that being said, I love y'all. Nothing you can do about it. Know what got to hear, Mr. Laptop Lifestyle. If you didn't know, now you know. All I'm trying to do is grow. Like I always say, make the rest of it the best of it. I'll meet you at the top because that bottom is way too crowded. Let's go.